will recondition the lanes before the 2 o'clock squad. Scores from both squads are combined to determine those advancing to the double elimination match play at approximately 5 o'clock tonight. We will advance the top 12 unless we have 70 or more entries, and then we will advance the top 16. Again, for us, the magic number is 70. If we get to 70, we take the top 16. Less than 70, we take the top 12. This squad has 42 entries on it. If there's a tie for the last advancing position, there will be a 1-game roll-off immediately following the 2 p.m. squad.
Fall in love with that. Make
We
sure you
will
put it
pay
back
at
on
least
there.
1 in 5 of total entries, regardless of how many entries we have, with a minimum of 12.
Yeah. Yeah, try not to do that.
Once practice is over, you cannot alter the surface of a ball. If you do, it cannot be used in this squad. You may use a dry towel or a chamois only and no cleaning products. Brackets and high game pots are available until practice is over. At this time, I would like to recognize some previous champions of the Indiana Queens tournament that are bowling on this squad. On lane 13 is the 2018 champion, Monica Hall-Meals. On lane 21 is the 2016 champion, Kimberly Woodall. And on lane 9 is the 2012 and the 2004 champion, Teresa Smith-Dill. Okay, if you would now please stand, we'll have the national anthem. Thank you very much. We are now going to turn the lanes on. You get 10 minutes of practice on your starting
Hey,
pair
we should
only.
probably have that on. You just got, it's already on. You just got to turn the light on.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. We just got to turn it on and aim it
Yeah.
the right spot.
Sorry, no, no, for sure.
Hey, just kidding. We're not going to turn them on.
Okay, hit your check marks on each scoring panel. That'll turn your lanes on, and it'll start your practice time.
Nope. Mine's right there. So it's going to have to be.
Be careful. I know you do this a lot, but
Appreciate your support.
And then you want to turn it this way. But,
It's got the whole thing.
huh? Yeah, but you want to just center it just a little bit more. This way. Turn them. There you go. Yeah, I think I got it fine. And gotta grab a pen. might try to see if
pictures. On the hillside.
I think I might go Facebook Live. Did you post anything on Savage Bowling yet?
Yes, I just said we were live. Probably about 5-10 minutes ago.
Welcome to Savage Bowling TV's broadcast of the 2019 Indiana State Queens here from Anderson, Indiana. We're inside championship lanes. Scott Gilmore once again bringing you action here from the best female bowlers in the state of Indiana, all gathering here to try to win the tiara and the trophy as your 2019 champion. And we should have a great day of bowling. We're just underway here in the 11 a.m. squad. 42 bowlers here this morning, which were almost at the number of entries they had in 2018 combined. They had 45, 46 entries. Right now they have 42, and we still have the 2 o'clock squad to bowl. Some notable players here in this squad. Teresa Smith-Dill, a 2-time champion, is bowling in this squad. Someone that knows E.J. Tackett real well. As a matter of fact, his fiancée, Natalie Goodman, is bowling in this squad. Also, Monica Hall-Meals, the defending champion, is bowling in this squad too as well. So a lot of talented players. Someone you might know from Storm, Tim Mack. His wife, Brenda Mack, is bowling in this squad too as well. So a lot of talented players. A lot of talented females trying to earn their way into that top 12 number. Right now, at the 70 entry mark is the magic number. Anything below 70, they're going to take 12 on at the 5 o'clock finals. Anything above 70, they're going to take 16. So right now, 12 is the magic number. It looks like, based on what I'm seeing, they're going to reach the 70 number. And we'll have the top 16 ladies at 5 o'clock bowling double elimination, just like the Indiana State Masters for the men will be a double elimination bracket. So a lot of bowling to be had here today, and we hope you enjoy our coverage of the Indiana State Queens. The first time we've been able to showcase the ladies here on Savage Bowling TV, and we're very excited about it. Also, we thank you for being a subscriber. We ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you do that, we will be giving away some stuff here within the next week or so. We've reached 1,000 subscribers. Dave Slavin for Big Four Socks has given us some socks to give away. We're going to have some Ebonite International Spiff, some swag from them. We'll have some product line from that company too. Well, we'll have rosin bags and shirts, and we'll have some ball pads and all kinds of stuff that we'll give away. We'll be doing a video to let you know what we're going to have as far as giveaways are concerned. But become a YouTube subscriber now so you can get in on the giveaways. And if we reach 2,000 subscribers, we're going to give away a Savage Life Columbia 300 ball, the brand new Savage Life ball, courtesy of Savage Bowling Pro Shops. I want to thank Scott Savage for that. So become a subscriber. Once we hit 2,000 subscribers, we're going to give away a Savage Life bowling ball. So anyway, back to our Twitter page, Savage Bowling, at Savage Bowling TV. Go to Twitter, follow us. We're going to be giving away some stuff today. As a matter of fact, Dave Slavin has given us some socks to give away. We're going to give a pair of Big Four socks. You can go online to big4socks.com. That's BIG, the number 4, socks.com, and order your own. I would highly recommend it. Probably the most comfortable sock in bowling, and matter of fact, Chad and myself both have a pair on right now. So I'm going to tweet this picture, and you could show you what we got here. And if you follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube channel, if you are on both, we will give away a pair of socks. We'll just get your address and so forth. So later today, we're going to draw a name out. We'll send you a message through Twitter, and we'll just get your address, and we'll send these socks to you in the mail. Simple as that. Matter of fact, you can even tell us what color you want. We'll get you the color you want. We got white and gray. We have black, or we have red, blue, green, orange, pink. They cover them all. So, and you tell us what size. They have medium, large, extra large. If you got a small or large foot, we can take care of you as that as well. So, again, enjoy qualifying. We'll be back here in just a couple of minutes to bring you some more commentating and bring you updated scores here from the 2019 Indiana State Queens from Championship Lanes in Anderson, Indiana. The 11 a.m. squad just underway. We'll be back with some updates after game number 1 here in just a few minutes. All right. Welcome back here to the Savage Bowling TV's presentation of the 2019 Indiana State Queens, brought to you by Motive Bowling, Pinheads Bowling Center in Fishers, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl, and Big Four Sox. Game 1 just in the books. Matter of fact, players are wrapping up game number 2. And we got scores from game number 1. Only 3 on a pair, so qualifying is going to go by really quick. They will rerun the lanes after the 11 o'clock squad for the 2 p.m. squad. And then once they're done with the 2 p.m. squad, they'll find out the top 12 or 16 based on entries that will advance to the double elimination match play finals. And they'll rerun the lanes before that as well. Scott Gilmore, Chad Lester also in the booth this afternoon. Timmy Mack is in the building. We might see if Timmy has some time to stop by and talk with us. Maybe we could talk a little bit PBA as Tim is ball rep for the tour and man is full of knowledge. Maybe we can get some insight from him on Jason Belmonte's run here on tour and so forth. So maybe we'll try to snag him at some point today. So your scoring, Olivia Sluice, I apologize if I have butchered that first name or last name, but she shoots 269 to lead all scores in game number 1. Alexis Carter shoots 268. Morgan Johnson 259. Morgan Woodard 246. Defending champion Monica Hall Meals shoots 243. Holly Pitchford 239. Brenda Mack 239. Kimberly Woodall 237. Aaron Jones 236. Stacy Bischoff 236. Nicole Candelas 232. And Jenna Chapman is in 12th at 226. Your 16th place score so far is Lisa Seyfarth at 213. So, again, they're bowling on the Gateway Arch Kegel pattern, a modified house shot, and these ladies are showing no difficulty with this pattern whatsoever. A lady here in front of us had the front 7. She left a rip 7-pin in her 8th shot. She's on pace to shoot 259. She's looking at a what looks to be a 2-5 spare in the 10th. Some other scores looking around, looking at possibly a 240 game on lanes 5 and 6. Or excuse me, 3 and 4. Another potential 250 game here on 9 and 10 on your live stream pair. And so scoring, not a problem. Lisa Seyfarth there with a solid 10-pin. We'll switch over here to lanes 9 and 10. And again, some of these ladies we don't know here, but bowler on lane 10 with a 250 game out there. Here's her first shot in the 10th, and it's a strike. That's going to put her in the 240s. On the corner of your screen there is the lady with the front 7. She just strikes in the field ball in the 8th. She shoots 259. One thing I do know, Chad, about Anderson here at Championship Lanes, sidewalls are very active. Pins really fly around, and you're going to see some really good carry here, especially with such a scoreable pattern as the Gateway Arch.
Yeah, you've seen this a lot so far today. The pins flying around, carries pretty easy. It's definitely not hard to hit the pocket.
Second shot here in the 10th for her, and she puts 10 back. That's going to put her in the 250s. And I think you're going to see scoring going to be well into the plus 150 maybe to lead this squad, maybe greater than that.
Right.
Jeff Circle, who runs the state events for the Indiana USBC Association, his reasoning for this is he wanted the ladies to have something fun to bowl on and a little bit challenging. Lisa Seyfarth there with a pocket 710 in the fill ball.
We were
but
just
she
talking
shoots
about
235. Yeah, yeah. But, he wanted the men who bowl in this center. I mean, the pattern is highly demanding.
Yes, very difficult.
His rationale was to challenge the ladies a little bit, but also wanted them to have a fun experience as they bowl in qualifying. So I think probably point probably has been made here, and probably I would say the overall thought of the pattern has to be very well liked or well received by the ladies.
Yes, I would agree. Putting something out, it's probably you would kind of want to consider a modified house shot. It's not a house shot, but it's not a sports shot. It's kind of in the middle. Is perfect for this event, I believe.
Well, right now when you look at it, 26 was 12th. So if they don't have 70 entries, let's say they get to 69 and they stay at 12, you're looking at 104 over.
Right.
Just, so for example, the men, when they bowl the Masters, it's only a 3-game qualifier, and plus 10 is a great score. So, I mean, gives you an idea of what you could do with a pattern to really make it tough or make it easy.
Yeah, and for those of you who watched our live stream for the Masters, you saw that. It was very demanding. Scores were a lot lower. Wasn't always maybe pleasant to watch for some people, but those guys had to really work their tails off to score. And most of those guys like that. That's why they come to that event, besides it being the Masters.
All right, we encourage you to go to Twitter, Savage Bowling TV, at Savage Bowling TV on Twitter. Follow us, and lucky winner today will get a pair of Big 4 socks sent to you right in the mail, right from us. I'll mail them right to you. All you got to do is go on Twitter, comment on the Indiana State Queens, and hashtag Savage Bowling TV. First off, you got to follow us on Twitter. If we'd love to have you go on to YouTube and become a subscriber. We're going to have some giveaways for that too as well, as we have hit 1,000 subscribers. So go on Twitter, follow us on Twitter at Savage Bowling TV, and comment on the Queens, and just hashtag Savage Bowling TV, and we'll pick one lucky winner to send them a pair of Big 4 socks in a color of your choice and a size of your choice. They have they have medium and large, and I believe extra large.
They do.
And you have multiple colors. You have a white-gray combo. You have pink, green, orange, red, blue. So all kinds of colors you can choose from, and we'll send you a pair. I posted a picture of a pair of socks on our Twitter page, and just follow us on Savage Bowling TV, at Savage Bowling TV. So sometime after qualifying, we'll pick one lucky follower. All you got to do is tweet something about the Queens. Tag us in that at Savage Bowling TV, and hashtag Savage Bowling TV, and we'll pick one lucky winner today to win a pair of Big 4 socks. So, again, thanks for following along our broadcast this afternoon, and sometime by the end of this day, we're going to crown a 2019 champion, and I'll get a picture of the trophy. They've done a really nice job with the Queen's trophy this year, and of course, the customary tiara will be placed upon the head of one lucky bowler who has bowled better than everyone else. So, again, scoring after one has been completed. Ladies are now just finishing game number 2 of 4, and we'll give you updated mentions or updated scoring as we go through the day. But, again, excited to be able to bring you State Queens coverage for the very first time here on Savage Bowling TV, the very first time that we've been able to broadcast the best lady bowlers in the state of Indiana. Also, if you're a subscriber, give us some feedback on, hopefully you've been able to go through and watch some of our videos from the PBA coverage of the Indianapolis Open. What a great week of entertainment from our
It was so much fun.
Yeah. Obviously Cole Moore, our buddy from Seymour, Indiana, he's a EBI super fan. He was able to do some interviews for us, and you need to check that out. Cole does a great job, and big fan of Josh Blanchard. He was able to interview Josh Blanchard and Kyle Sherman. And you need to check that out. Also, check out our Brad and Kyle vlog. Brad and Kyle do a lot of stuff. They're fantastic with their videos and their things that they do. Really enjoyable. You need to go to Brad and Kyle and check out all of their experiences and videos and stuff they do from not Savage Bowling, but the PBA Tour as they travel the country bowling and PBA events. They're fun to watch too as well. So,
well, I think what I like about them is the average person doesn't get to see what tour life is like, and that's what they cover. Every tournament. So it's cool to see the behind the scenes, see the reality, and see the struggles that do happen while bowling on tour. You have some news.
Yeah, Carrie Kane just came up to us and said one of the ladies down on the high end of the house shot 297.
Wow.
So she had
Do
the
we know
front
who it
11. Don't know. We'll try to find out. But wow. So would love to have had that on the live stream.
No kidding. You would think she'll be down here bowling. Or might be bowling right now if she was down near the end. So we'll have to find out who that was.
Well, the ladies are bowling, skipping two pair and bowling on the third. So they're going to basically right now they're using lanes 1
through
27.
28.
Yeah, 1 through 28.
Yep.
So good turnout this morning. 42 entries once again for the morning squad. You have to think that you're going to see 25 to 35 bowlers maybe in the 2 p.m. squad at least.
When you would think,
maybe more.
Yeah, and you would think some of these bowlers bowling this squad will re-enter, in addition to what they already have signed up. Because I think at last count, 15 to 20 already pre-signed up. So
well, and here's the thing you have to think of too as well. When scoring is where they're at, any lady feels like I'm just a shot or two away from being right there.
Yep.
If they're really difficult, maybe mentally you're shot after 4 games. Not the case when they're as playable as they are now.
Right. I think they can probably look at it as like, I can hit this. I just might need to switch balls, or I might need to stand here or there. So I think most people are going to feel like they all have a shot.
Well, looks like we're getting some followers here. I want to thank Brad Reinhardt for following us. Remember, by the end of the day, a lucky winner is going to win a great pair of socks from Big 4 Socks. You can go to big4socks.com. That's 4 with number 4. Big4socks.com, and you can order your pairs. We say pairs because you're going to want more than one.
Yeah, you don't even have to be a bowler to wear these. I mean, I'm not bowling a lot this year, but I'll wear mine to work. If I know I'm going to be on my feet a while, like today I'm wearing mine. I'm going to be on my feet. So they're not just for bowling.
Coverage of the 2019 Indiana State Queens brought to you by Pinheads Bowling Center in Fishers, Indiana, Motive Bowling, Big 4 Socks, and Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl in Lafayette. I want to thank those 4 sponsors for allowing us to bring you coverage of the entire 2019 Indiana State Queens. Qualifying here for the 11 a.m. squad, about halfway done. We should have scores after 2 here, and we expect the number to jump up quite a bit, especially when Carrie told us about our 297 last game. We'd love to hear from you. Go to our YouTube channel, Savage Bowling TV. Watch the broadcast. Send us some questions. We'd love to answer anything that you might want to ask.
Yep, the chat is open, and we are running that.
I want to thank Ralph Holtz
And
Jr. for watching.
He's in Michigan. I think he said earlier in the broadcast.
I want to thank Ashley Ray for watching, and it sounds like she's going to be bowling the 2 o'clock squad. Ashley, when you get here,
Say hi.
say hello. I want to thank Stephanie once again for watching the broadcast. Again, it's nice and it's warmer than normal outside, but the rain is supposed to be coming this afternoon and the wind. So it's a great day to sit inside and watch the state queens, the ladies, being showcased today here inside Championship Lanes. And they are throwing lots of strikes. Matter of fact, 9 and 10 looks like a really good pair, Chad.
It does. A lot of strikes on 9 and 10. We have that up on the live stream right now.
And there's on 7 and 8 is Olivia here. She'll be coming to the left corner of your screen. There you see her ball going down as she picks up the 3-pin. She's the one that led after game 1.
Okay.
She shot 269. Not sure what she bowled in game number 2, but she was your game 1 leader. Here's the thing. People talked about back in the day in the PBA Tour about names on the back of your shirts. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Well, you know what? From a fan on the concourse, you have no idea who some of these people are, right?
Yes.
Now you know who they are when you see them bowl with their name on the back. They're a lot easier to follow, and I think it's one of the better ideas that the tour had back in its time.
Well, and especially some of these tournaments, like this tournament here, they're on the scoreboard. They're identified by letters, so you can't always tell who that is because they're a letter on the scoreboard.
Also, shout out to as we said, Natalie Goodman bowling, fiance of EJ Tackett. Hey, EJ, are you watching? You could probably catch Natalie. She's right now on, I think, somewhere down on 13-14, possibly. She just left a 7-pin. She's going to try to pick that up. I know EJ supports Natalie's bowling as she's a very good bowler in her own right.
EJ,
I like about it, she's left-handed.
No, yeah, me too. And she throws it good.
Right.
And she's got the classic down and in style that, it's kind of like the throwback style nowadays.
Stacy Bischoff is on lane 8. She was 10th after game 1 with 236. She just left the 6-10 trying to convert. Ooh. And she misses it. She was working on a 3-bagger as well. Now we pan back over to a wide view coverage here of lanes 1 through essentially 8. You can catch right here. Kimberly Woodall now here on lane 6 on the right side of your screen. She's left the 2-5, or excuse me, the 5-9, my bad. I had a bad angle there. Kimberly Woodall shot 237 her first game. Again, game 2, they're now about halfway through game 3. With the way the bowlers are throwing strikes, games are going by in a real quick clip.
As a bowler, you gotta wonder, you gotta take your breath. How do you, it's such a fast pace for them. It's like you don't get to stop and take a breath.
Well, what we'll try to do as well is maybe after qualifying is concluded, we'll try to get a word or two with the squad leader, get her insight on her 4 games and her strategy moving on to the match play finals.
Yeah, what we'll do after this squad, after the squad's over, we'll do the interview if we can get that. We'll sign off, and we'll be back at 1:45 Eastern time. That's about 15 minutes before the second squad starts. And then The finals match play is supposed to start around 5, so we'll be back around 5 to 10 till 5 to start the broadcast of the finals. We'll take you all the way to the end. You have some scores?
Yeah, Carrie just handed me the update. Kimberly Woodall here, who is getting ready to bowl on lane 5 here in the pink.
She had the 297.
She had the 297 game. She's 134 over after 2. 534. She has quickly amassed almost a 40-pin lead on the field. And you're going to see her throw her first ball. And matter of fact, she's the 2016 champion.
Yep, you can see her banner hanging over lane 3.
And she throws a strike. And that gives her 77 in the 4th with a strike in the 5th. Aaron Jones is second with a 495 total. Alexis Carter is third with a 482 total. Olivia Sluss is in fourth with a 476 total. She shot 207 her second game. Kathy Height shot 259 her second game. She's plus 72. Tammy Marqua is at 471. Morgan Johnson, 462. So some of the ladies that were at the top, interesting, they shoot 214, 207, 203. So moving from pair to pair sometimes can be tricky. Monica Hall Meals is in 8th with 460. Morgan Woodard in 9th with 458. Jenna Chapman in 10th with 456. And Holly Pitchford in 11th with 449. And Lisa Seyfarth wraps up concludes the top 12 at plus 48. She's tied with actually Cammie Devine at 448. So Brenda Mack dropped down to 15th. Other notables that you might be aware of: Brenda Mack shoots 193 her second game. She's at 15th at plus 32. Natalie Goodman shoots 206, 203. She's plus 9 and 20th. But again, she's about 40 pins out of 12th. So that kind of gives you an idea. Christy Schaefer, I believe, any relation to Al?
That's Al's daughter.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yep.
She's in 22nd spot. She shoots 227 her second game to go to plus 7, so good to see Christy bowling. Surprisingly here, as we flip the page, Teresa Smith-Dill struggling. She's at 382, minus 18. Here's one that really, two scores that really surprised me. Shelby New, who's a really talented bowler from Anderson, she's at minus 35. And Jerica Heibel is at minus 38. But however, Jerica got off to a rough start her first game, but bounced back with a 211 game 2. So maybe some things are going, ball change or what have you, and she's off to a really good start here, Chad, on lanes 11 and 12. She's going to be coming up on lane 11 here with a 3-bagger working.
279 pace, or 278 pace if she would strike out.
Long ways to go there, but at least on a 230 pace. And she comes up light and leaves the 248. But again, right now a 224 average is pacing the top 12.
Yeah.
So scoring right there for the ladies to be had if they're throwing it well. Again, we encourage you to go to our Twitter, at Savage Bowling TV. Like us on Twitter. Post something about the Indiana State Queens. You could post something about the broadcast, about your favorite bowler. Make sure you include at Savage Bowling TV in there. Shout out to us. Like us. Hashtag Savage Bowling TV or hashtag Indiana State Queens. But have that in there somewhere. And one lucky winner will receive a pair of socks courtesy of Big 4 Socks. So we'll send that to you. So make sure you follow us on Twitter and comment about the Indiana State Queens, whatever that may be. And one of our lucky followers that do that will receive a pair of socks from Big 4 Socks. Right now, here we got bowlers on 9 and 10. We have a 255 possible. And another girl could shoot 230 and then a 220 out there for our 3 bowlers here on 9 and 10. As a matter of fact, Tammy Morgan getting ready to go up. Let's see where she's at. Tammy Marqua is one of those that has a 250 game out there. She is in 6th place right now, Chad, at plus 71. So she could really climb the leaderboard here with a...
Catapult her up there.
Oh, Lucky comes in high, leaves the 4-7. Still a 230 game right there for her, which is above the scoring pace. 220 right now, the scoring pace for the top 12.
Yeah, you got to figure that if you finish, that out of this squad, 12th to 16th-ish, you probably want to think about re-entering because you have bowlers coming in the next squad, and that number is probably going to rise.
Nice shot there on lane 9. Out of your left corner. Now here's Tammy. She makes the 4-7 spare, so 9 or better, and she's going to be around 234 or 5. Looking around here, there's some scores coming down a little bit. I think a lot of that has to do with transition.
Yeah, they look like they're drying out just a little bit. Bowlers are having to move on the lane or switch balls.
I think you might have a better chance of more ladies re-entering based on the scoring pace.
I agree.
I mean, it's not ridiculous.
No.
Obviously, if it was 240 or 50, was cut numbers, it might be different. But I think you might, 220 is not a super high scoring pace in my opinion.
No.
I've seen it a lot higher in other events. But you might see some ladies say, you know what, I can, especially if they're plus 40 or 50 after 4, thinking, all I got to do is get, 30 or 40 more pins. That's out there.
Right.
And back to look here. Jerica just left a 6-pin here on lane 11. With that spare, she could shoot 230 if she strikes out, and she's going to need a big 4th game. She's still trying to recover from that 150 start. She either hit a real bad pair or either was super nervous to start or something wasn't, especially now that she's looking at being 40 over.
And I can't see her being
next
nervous.
2 games.
I mean, the caliber bowler she is.
Right. Matter of fact, her and her boyfriend, Jordan Gray, they coach Marion University.
They do.
And shout out to Marion University's Jeffrey Mann, our West Lafayette bowler.
I saw that.
Qualified for the singles championship for the intercollegiate ITCs. So Jeffrey snuck in by 1 pin.
I know.
And now he's going to have a chance possibly to add another significant championship to his name, as he already has a junior gold championship.
Yeah, about the best you can get in youth bowling. That's the kind of the pinnacle of titles, so to speak. But he can go out and win a collegiate title. It's another great trophy to add to his trophy case.
I believe Kathy Height, who was in 5th at plus 72, just shot a 203 game. So I believe that'll put her 75 over. So that puts her right around the scoring pace. And matter of fact, Olivia here in front of us, it was plus 76, just shot 248. All right, Olivia Sluss. I had to make sure. She was bowling right in front of us, so I said, how do you pronounce your name? I don't like to mispronounce names.
Right.
So Olivia now with a 248 game, and that's going to put her at plus 124 after 3, so 724 she shoots for her first 3 games.
That's awesome.
And again, some high scoring. Kimberly Woodall, who was already at 134 over, Chad, with a strike in the field, will shoot 236. She's looking at 770 to start.
Yeah, she's got to be happy with how she's bowling
Well,
right now.
you know,
But
anything 190 or better, she's guaranteed to advance, in my opinion.
Right.
That's just a gigantic number. But, you know, as I've always said, you know, one thing I do like about this center, the sidewalls are very active, pins fly around. If your ball's going through the pins the right way, you will carry a high percentage.
Yeah, no matter what your rev rate is, you see people throwing messengers. You know.
Well, she gets 9, Chad, so that's going to put her at 769 for her first 3 games. Of course, Ralph is asking us, what is the bowler's name that is two-handed?
I didn't see a bowler with two
I
hands.
did not see a bowler with 2 hands, so Ralph, I cannot let you know. I couldn't tell you. Maybe I'll have to do some investigative work for you.
Yeah, if there's a bowler here with 2 hands, I want to see her bowl because you don't see that many women bowlers
Right.
that are two-handed.
All right, we appreciate you followers following along here for the Queens, and want to thank you guys for watching Savage Bowling TV's broadcast of the 2019 Indiana State Queens Championship here from Championship Lanes in Anderson, Indiana. I want to thank the following sponsors: Pinheads Bowling Center and Fisher's Big 4 Socks, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl in Lafayette, and Motive Bowling for their contributions. And if you're around or inside those centers, or a fan of Motive Bowling or a fan of Big 4 Socks, make sure you thank those people for sponsoring these events that allow us to come here and bring you wall-to-wall action of some of the greatest events here in the state of Indiana. We've been fortunate enough to bring you the Indiana Scratch Classic, the Indiana State Masters, the Indiana High School Bowling State Finals, the Indiana State Queens, and now, Chad, it sounds like we're going to be somewhere else. Let them know where we're going to be at.
We'll be in Indianapolis April 6th and 7th, is it?
Let's double check.
I believe it's 6th and 7th for the club championship, collegiate club championships at All-Star Bowl. It won't be broadcast on Savage Bowling TV. It'll be through Bowlstream.
Bowl TV?
Bowl TV or Bowlstream. I think I'll have to look exactly what that term
It's
is.
actually through Craig Elliott's Bowlstream TV.
Yes.
Um,
So Savage Bowling will be covering, Savage Bowling TV will be covering that event on Bowlstream TV.
yeah, I want to thank Craig Elliott for
Extremely excited for that.
Craig Elliott does a fantastic job with broadcasting bowling events, and Craig took on a new position with 900 Global,
Yes.
and his schedule has not been able to allow him the flexibility here to bring you that event, so he's asked us to help out, and we are more than happy to do that. And so we'll be at All-Star Bowl in Indianapolis for the Collegiate Club Championships. Some of the best college bowling club teams will be bowling for their chance at winning the club championships, and we'll be bringing you that action again through Bowlstream TV, and we're looking forward to that as well. And
And we'll provide all the links on our Facebook page as soon as we know times and links, because it won't be through our YouTube. But we're excited about doing a collegiate event, and we were already going to hopefully do the Boilermaker Classic in October, whenever that event's going to be next year.
Last year it was at the end of
End
September.
of September, yes.
So yeah, our plan is to broadcast from front to back the Boilermaker Classic out, which takes place at Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl in Lafayette. And our plan is to bring you all the action from that on the live stream. And we're also going to be back here in Anderson in May for middle school
May 18th,
state finals.
We'll be here broadcasting middle school bowling. It's a little bit, it's a less informal event, you can say. We'll just have some cameras set up, and we'll be, switching every few frames, so those families at home can watch their friends' family bowl. And I know they appreciate it. We always get a lot of good comments about the middle school bowling.
Well, and those that will be watching will probably be ecstatic that they won't have to listen to me for 3 or 4
no
hours. No
commentary.
Right? I get the weekend off. So anyway, a lot of action, a lot of live stream in the works and coming up for Savage Bowling TV. So again, thank you to Craig Elliott for allowing us to broadcast the club championships from All-Star Bowl, April 6th and 7th. Again, scoring updates will be brought to you here shortly. Ladies have just finished game number 3 and starting the 4th and final game of the 11 a.m. squad. We will bring you, hopefully, the leading qualifier from 11 a.m. squad onto the broadcast, get some words with her. Right now, we have to think it's Kimberly Woodall.
You would think.
Who's 169
I cannot
over.
see her letting up. Unless she hits this last pair is really bad or something, she's not going to.
She's on 11 and 12 right now.
Right.
Shelby New on 9 and 10.
And she bowled the Masters when we were here. She went
bowled very well.
Deep into match play.
Well, and you could tell she does not look thrilled by her start. But she is one that can shoot some big scores
really quick.
And you shoot a couple of 250 games, and
right
you go from minus 30 to 80 over, and you don't know. 220 pace is what we were guessing as the 12th place number being, so somewhere around 80 over to 80, maybe 90 over. Good to see a nice turnout here for.
And some familiar faces.
Yes.
We were kind of talking about how, we may not know a lot of these people, a lot of these bowlers, and turns out there's quite a few that we know.
Brenda Mack now on 9 and 10 as well.
Yep.
She just picked up, looked like a 4-pin spare. 4-pin or 7-pin. Brenda was one of those that we were really surprised that was actually, she wasn't struggling too much. She was 32 over after 2, so we'll have to see. Again, Shelby New was the one that we were really surprised with. She was minus 35 after 2 games. So,
yeah.
Unless she shoots 2 gigantic games, you would have to think that she'll probably be re-entering for the 2 p.m. squad. Now, there's back-to-back solid shots there. Of course, when you see the finals, the set will look totally different.
Yeah, it'll be lit up.
It'll be a lot brighter.
Yeah, it might be kind of hard to see some of these ladies as they walk back from the foul line, and it's dark in that area in the center. So we have some lights that we'll turn on during the final match, and you'll be able to see them. Good
shot there from Brenda. She starts out with spare strike here in game number 4. Well, I was really hoping my wife could have made the trip and bowled this weekend, but unfortunately, our oldest has the flu. So she was relegated to stay at home this weekend.
My wife doesn't bowl, but she just texted me and says she's sick again. She's been fighting colds off and on all winter. kind of glad I'm here so I don't get it.
Hopefully you didn't have anything before you left.
Right.
Again, go to Twitter and follow us. Make a comment, retweet one of our tweets, comment about the State Queens. Make sure you either hashtag or tweet us, and we'll pick a lucky winner for a pair of Big Four socks. The cool thing is they have men and even women sizes. So Dave Slavin has done a fantastic job with his product, and you see a lot of players wearing Big Four socks as they bowl, and like even Chad said earlier, while they work. So go to big4socks.com. Pick out a pair, your favorite color. He's got 6 or 7 different colors to choose from. One color I did forget about, purple.
Oh, yeah.
So he does have a pair of purple, or he does have the color purple. So make sure you get a pair. You know, the white and grays are nice. I like those.
That's what I'm wearing today. And he's got some other colors coming soon. I can't wait to see what those are going to be.
But I have a pair of ladies' socks in large, as you could tell, little. Maybe they're men. Sometimes the ladies in their large size is just a little bit smaller
Yes.
than the men. But anyway, pick your favorite color. But follow us. At the end of qualifying today, after the 2 p.m. squad, we're going to choose a lucky winner and give you a pair. Send them to your house. And if you're, by chance, nearby and you want to come by and pick them up, hey, we'll hand them to you.
That's right.
Big game today if you're a Purdue fan. Boilermakers play at 2:30 this afternoon against Northwestern for a chance to share the Big Ten title with either Michigan or Michigan State.
Seems like every time we're doing a broadcast.
Big game
Purdue's-
on.
Yep. Last time it was Michigan State, which they throttled them.
And I'm in a quandary. Do I follow along on my phone
Or wait until you get home to
or
watch
do I
it.
wait till I get home and watch it? Because I'm one of those diehard fans. I'll record it.
You might have to stay off Facebook until.
I know. Last time you spoiled it for me.
Well, I didn't know you were taping.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, they're up by 20.
I know. Yeah. Geez, thanks. That was the Michigan State game.
Yeah, yeah.
That was at the Masters
Yep.
because I have season tickets and I had to miss
Same here.
one of the biggest games
Yep.
of the year. Well, Shelby New off to a good start, front four. Brenda Mack, oof,
Great shot.
great shot there. She's got spare 3-bagger. All right, I'm going to take a quick break here. Try to get scores after game 3 and see who else is walking around. Maybe we can grab someone to jump in the booth. So thanks for watching the Savage Bowling TV's coverage of the Indiana State Queens here from Championship Lanes in Anderson, Indiana. Okay, back with Game 3 scores here. Kimberly Woodall, like we thought, was leading the way at plus 169. Aaron Jones at 154 over. She went 236, 259, 259. Olivia Sluss is in third with 724. Morgan Johnson in fourth with 709. Alexis Carter fifth, 708. Holly Pitchford shoots 257, her third game, to climb up to sixth at plus 106. She's tied with Tammy Marqua at plus 106. Cammie Devine shoots 247 to go to plus 95. Morgan Woodard shot 220, her third game. She's plus 78. Kathy Height plus 75. Michelle Beeson plus 67. Lisa Seyfarth plus 52 in 12. So right now that's 217 pace. So scoring came down a little bit. The top bowlers are bowling real well.
Yes.
If you take, and I'm just throwing, if you go 8th, you're at plus 95. That would be the midpoint of the top 16 if we get to 70 entries. If you take the top 6 from each squad, potentially you're at plus 106. So kind of gives you an idea a little bit of how scoring is going, and it's pretty high.
Very high. And I think they'll get to that 70. I would not.
Well, Shelby knew. Let's see if we can find Shelby. Shelby was really struggling. Yeah, she shoots 189 her third game, minus 46. And she is on a 250 pace right here. But she is probably going to be one of those that's looking to re-enter.
Yeah,
Jerica
still
Heibel.
not going to be enough.
Yeah, she shot 220 her third game just to get to minus 18. So you're probably going to look for her possibly to re-enter. But again, only 45, 46 entries, I believe, last year. So we've already blown that out of the water.
Yeah. Year one with the different, tournament management and the format, and more entries already.
Well, and Kathy Height, who shot 259 in front of us on Game 2, shot 203 Game 3, and she was struggling Game 4. She was looking at probably another 192 pace. Kimberly Woodall just shot 210, so she's at plus 179 for 4. Now Brenda Mack here.
And you see a lot of these bowlers are starting to migrate in during Game 4, so they're definitely
Chad, if you want to switch it to 9 and 10, we'll get a look here. Shelby New goes right through the nose, leaves a split. And now you're going to get a good look here at Brenda Mack, very talented bowler here in the Indianapolis area. Bear in the ninth can shoot 245 if she strikes out. Oh, she goes right through the face and leaves a big 4. Looks like we absolutely jinxed both Shelby and Brenda. But as I was speaking to Tim just briefly, he said she was pretty much looking to re-enter. We got a question here. Where's Teresa Smith-Dill at? And Teresa was in 19th place after 3 games at plus 18. So Teresa was a good 40, 50 pins off the pace where we think the cut number could potentially land. So Brenda Mack shoots 220. Shelby New shoots 221. Got a 250 game here on lane 8, 254. Not sure who that is. We'll get a look here possibly. But 254 will climb you some spots. You'll jump a few bowlers with a number like that. Real interesting to see, though, in the center, I always felt the low end of the house was much tighter, and then when you got into the middle parts of the house, it opened up. It became a little bit more drier, and then when you got to the high end, it was even a lot more friction.
Right, and we talked about that. You know, we had Mike Albee doing a broadcast with you for the Masters, and he brought up a good point. In both centers, the open bowling is all going to get put from where the counter is.
Right. And that counter's
and that
between
counter's-
17 and 24.
Yep. And I know from my experience from working at a bowling center, the one I worked at, the high end was always easier for the league bowlers because that's where we put all the open play. The bar was right there, snack bar was right there, so it made sense to when people started coming in, we put them on the high end first.
Well, and the other thing, too, is it's real interesting to note, too, the kitchen is on the high end of the house.
Uh-huh.
And even back in our home center, I always felt like it was warmer
Yep.
down there, so the pattern played a little bit different when you got near the kitchen and restaurant area as well. So that's what you have here. It's cooler on the low end of the house in this center. So typically lanes 1 through 12 or so 14 play a little bit tighter than the high end of the house.
Yes.
And in the Masters, in my experience, when I would be down on 33 and 4 or 35 and 6, somewhere in that vicinity, I would come down to 5 and 6, 7, 8, because when they would move pairs, you would jump a huge jump, and it would be 4 or 5 boards tighter down here.
Wow.
But from experience, I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew I either would automatically go to this ball or I would move my feet left.
Right, and I
in
bowled
this house.
one time at a larger center. I think it was Western Bowl, and we were moving across center. It was a PBA regional, and on the high end of the house, this was a summer tournament. The air conditioner wasn't working, and you knew once you got to the high end of the house, you were going to have to switch balls because it was completely different down there than it was on the low end, and it was all because of the humidity. It plays a big difference, makes a big difference in the lane condition.
Well, bowling has concluded here for the 11 a.m. squad for the Indiana State Queens. We'll find out before we take a break here while they re-oil. We're going to get you scores from the 11 a.m. squad, and we're hoping to get a word with the squad leader. We're going to have Dave Slavin from Big Four Sox on the air during the 2 p.m. squad. We'll try to post that information so you can listen in to what he has to say about now coaching at the collegiate level,
Ball State.
being a pro shop owner, and being the business head of Big Four Sox. So we'll have some words with David. And then if we're lucky enough, we might get Tim Mack here in our broadcast booth. I know Tim is off this weekend.
But now he's a ball rep.
Now he's ball repping
For
for
his
his
wife.
wife, Brenda, and maybe if we're lucky enough, we'll get a word with him as he will be traveling to Detroit for the World Series of Bowling.
I can't wait for that. Bowling's going to be on TV every night of the week that week.
I think it's,
Championship every night of the week.
I just, when I heard
Live.
Tom say that, I thought to myself, wow, it's just hard to fathom.
Yeah.
Because you would wait a whole week,
Uh-huh.
and now all of a sudden,
Yeah, normally they would have qualifying for each tournament, throughout the week. They would tape every show in one day, and then it would air several weeks later.
right.
Now they're going to do qualifying, do the finals each day of the week.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to believe that that you're going to see live step ladder action every night of the week
On FS1.
on FS1. And nothing against Dave Lamont. Love Dave Lamont. Really hoping Rob Stone is back for a few of those.
I saw he's doing a lot of soccer.
Yeah, soccer is
Yeah.
his forte.
Okay.
That is why he switched from ESPN to Fox in the beginning stages. Was they wanted Rob Stone in their soccer coverage,
Ah.
and but through his time on the tour doing the shows on ESPN, Rob has a real fond affinity for the PBA players and the PBA product, and was the guy, as we talked about in some of our videos from the Indianapolis Open, really kind of spearheaded
Yeah.
the PBA going to Fox.
Yep. Yeah. Several players told us off the air, so to speak, that he went to bat for them.
Right.
With Fox, and was instrumental in getting Fox on board. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He's just a commentator.
Right.
So.
But he's I love the. I just like listening to Rob. I think him and Randy work well together.
Yes.
And you just got to catch some of the things. Obviously, Hambone was created by Rob. The Yahtzee phrase with 5 in a row. And
his broadcasts are fun. They're fun to listen to.
I don't know if you caught one of the shows, but I can't remember what player it was, but he threw a shot and a head pin came across and took out the 10 pin and put it in the back. And Rob's call was get in the pit and try to love someone, which is a Kid Rock line.
Mm-hmm.
Just great. I enjoy that and love the enthusiasm that Rob Stone brings to the PBA broadcast. So
hopefully we go hang out with the PBA next year that we can run into him and get a word with him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Again, if you're on our YouTube page, watch those videos that we put together during the PBA week.
Take some time.
Behind the scenes coverage from the TV show. Spoke with Kimberly Pressler, spoke with Tom Clark. We spoke with
Jason Belmonte.
Yes, Jason Belmonte, Tom Doherty, Kyle Sherman, Josh Blanchard, Walter Ray Williams Jr. Spoke with Michael Haugen on his retirement from the Young Tour, and he's going to focus his time on the Senior Tour. And really big news for the Senior Tour that Ebonite just released a few days ago. Jason Couch signed a national contract with Ebonite, and he's going to go full-time on the PBA 50 Tour. And I think big news for them because Jason, obviously, a Hall of Famer, with tons of talent, charisma. Going to be fun to see Jason back on the lanes and bowling the PBA 50 swing.
And the PBA 50 is going to be here in this center. What did we look at it today? July 20th, something like that?
Yeah, if we're in the neighborhood, we're going to try to come over here.
Yeah, we're going to try to come over here and do kind of the same things that we did with the Indianapolis Open. Cover it, get some interviews, do a vlog. I know Michael Haugen asked us if we were going to be here because he kind of wanted us to follow him.
Right.
So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we can maybe even talk to Norm again, who's been as hot as anyone. Back-to-back championships for Norm.
There could be a lot to that story come summertime.
Yeah. Parker Bone will be in action, one of your all-time favorites.
Yep.
We used to always call you Little Parker because
I had the hair and the mustache just like him back in the younger days. And when first time I met him,
right,
Dennis Bergendorf was with me, and he introduced me, and he's like, we always call him Parker Jr. He's like, Parker says, you do resemble me a little bit.
Yeah,
and I was just this shy kid like, oh, my God, I'm meeting.
Yeah, well, Parker in his prime was as good as anyone.
Oh, yeah. And he still throws it pretty good.
He throws it darn good for his age. And another guy that's knocking on the doorsteps of the 50 Tour is Chris Barnes. Chris Barnes is only a couple years away from, and he'll be out there on the 50 Tour.
He'll be doing well.
And I think one other player, Mitch Beasley, is going to be bowling the 50 Tour this summer, and Mitch is a fantastic bowler in his own right, and he's excited about bowling the 50 Tour, so it should be fun. A lot of good players out there, and even like Michael said, we were talking that, for him, he's one of the young guys.
He is.
On the 50 Tour, so.
What did he win Rookie of the Year his first year out there, of course, and then he
Player
won
of the
Player
Year
of the
last
Year
year.
the next year. So.
Yeah, so. Again, we're waiting on scores after all 4 games. We will shut down the broadcast once we get those scores brought to you and maybe a word from the squad leader. And then we'll conclude our coverage of the 11 a.m. squad, and then we'll be back on the air at 1:45 for the 2 p.m. squad.
Yeah, during that break, take a look at those videos from the PBA week. They're pretty good. A lot of good information.
Exactly. And think of this. We get to 2,000 subscribers. We're going to give away a Savage Life bowling ball to one of our lucky subscribers.
Yeah,
So-
share our page if you're out there. We still have like 900 subscribers to go to get there, but that can go pretty quick with some help, and we appreciate everybody tuning in, of course, and subscribing.
Right. We do. We thank you for taking time. We know there's tons of stuff going on in everybody's lives, and we appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day to watch our coverage and listen to us talk about bowling and scoring and all these things. And but it's an honor for us to be the first company to broadcast the finest bowlers,
Yes.
female bowlers in the state of Indiana here at the Queens. So again, we're wrapped up qualifying. We're just waiting on scores. Let's take a quick break here and stick with us. We'll be back on the air here in just a couple of minutes once we get scoring and a word with the squad leader. So just sit tight. We're not closing down the broadcast. We're just going to try to get some information. We'll come back with scores.
Okay, bowlers, here's the results of the first squad. The leader was Kimberly Woodall with 979. Looks like we are going to exceed 70 entries, so we will be taking the top 16. Currently in 16th place is 831. That is Brenda Mack. That is currently 16th. So the top 16 at the moment are Kimberly Woodall, 979, Erin Jones, 970, Olivia Sluss, 946, Morgan Johnson, 938, Alexis Carter, 924, Michelle Beeson, 924, Tammy Marqua, 918, Holly Pitchford, 905, Lisa Seifert, 888, Tammy Devine, 888, Jada McAbee, 874, Natalie Goodman, 872, Morgan Woodard, 872.
All right, back here with coverage. We got scoring from the 11 a.m. squad. Your squad leader is Kimberly Woodall with a 979 total. In second is Erin Jones with 970. Third, Olivia Sluss with 946. Morgan Johnson, fourth with 938. Alexis Carter, is fifth with 924. She's tied with Michelle Beeson at 924. Tammy Marqua, seventh at 918. Holly Pitchford is eighth at 905. Ninth, Lisa Seyfarth at 888. She's tied with Cammie Devine at 888. 11th is Jada Mokabi at 874. Natalie Goodman, 12th at 872. She's tied with Morgan Woodard at 872. Kathy Height is in 14th at 856. Monica Hall Meals is 15th at 850. And Brenda Mack is 16th at 831. That is your top 16. I have been notified from Jeff Circle and Kerry Kane that we are at 72 entries, so they will take the top 16. We're guessing somewhere around 85 over will probably take to make the cut for the top 16. We're hoping to get a word with Kimberly Woodall here if we can locate her. We'd love to talk to her and see how her squad went as she shoots games of 237, 297, 235, and 210 to lead the 11 a.m. squad. Again, 42 bowlers in that squad. They have 33 73 already signed up for the 2 p.m. squad. So 75 bowlers. Some of those wanting to know notable players where they're at. Teresa Smith-Dill, 2-time champion, shot 801. She was in 23rd place. Jerica Heibel shot 788. She had a real rough start. She shot 151 out of the gate. She's in 28th. Anderson local bowler Shelby New shot 775. I would imagine has signed up again to bowl. She was in 32nd place. So we're going to get a word here with Kimberly Woodall as Chad was able to locate her. And so sit tight here as we get her to sit down. All right. That's all right. Kimberly Woodall is going to join us here in the booth, and your squad leader for the 11 a.m. squad. And Kimberly, some great bowling here.
Thank you.
Consistent across the board until Game 4, but I want to talk to you about Game 2. Front 11, what did you leave? We weren't able to see it because I believe you were on the high end of the house. And,
Luckily, I was on the high end of the house. I said I didn't need all that extra pressure being on dealing with the TV pairs, but no, apparently from what it felt okay to me, except when I went to release the ball, it hung on my thumb. So honestly, I'm really lucky it didn't go in the gutter because it just hung ever so slightly. I didn't get out of it clean, and I didn't know where it was going to go, to be quite honest. But looking back on it, my timing my feet were probably a little fast, which is notorious for me.
Well, okay, you have the front 11. You're not only are you bowling to qualify for the match play finals of the Queens, but it also would be nice to have a 300.
I know, right?
Right. So there's a little bit of pressure, right?
Yeah, I was honestly not trying to think of any of that, but no matter what you do, it sneaks in there.
Yeah, it comes in the back of your mind. But tell us your game plan. What did you see on the lanes, and how did you attack them? And ball play, ball use. What did you throw?
Well, this is it's probably going to surprise a lot of people. It wasn't anything new. I'm throwing a Storm Marvel S, old reliable, in my bag. It's just a nice, even. I can adjust off of it. It doesn't overreact, underreact, and for me, for my game, that's just good for me. So, I didn't really have a game plan per se. Really, just wanted to come out and bowl well, and even surprised myself that I did as well as I did. Kind of thought I was going to give it back there that fourth game because I got a little carry down, and I don't think I made quite the right adjustment. So I left a split, and then I missed a 10-pin. So, but I'm very excited, very pleased with how it turned out.
Well, having some experience in the center, did you see the same things that we see a lot of times when we bowl the Masters here? You get down here on the low end of the house is a little bit tighter than as you go left. Did you see that as you moved right?
Definitely. So when I made my 297 was on 27 and 28. So when I made the turn and came down here to 5 and 6, definitely tighter. And it took me about 3 frames to kind of realize that it was not me and it was the lane actually playing differently. So I made the correct adjustment. I think I threw 4 in a row and got to 230 again, but then moved over to 11 and 12, and I don't know, it was just the adrenaline was finally catching up with me because I could see that I was leading, didn't want to lose the lead,
right,
and just kind of all of it, between being Game 4, being excited, and wanting to stay up there on top so I don't have to bowl again.
Right.
So, I think that the 210 was self-inflicted, but but overall I will take it.
Well, anytime you can lead a squad and you're number one after, a round, and obviously gives you some confidence as you move on, as you know you're going to be in match play, so you can kind of sit back and relax, get a bite to eat, right?
Exactly.
Get yourself ready
Relax
for 5 o'clock.
and get ready. And for me, being a little older than some of the other girls, my biggest challenge is going to be getting loose again after, sitting around for a few hours. But, I'll do it. It'll be fine. Everything will be great. I'm glad I just, that the ball in my hand matched up with the shot, and hopefully that will continue.
Now, you bowled in this event numerous times. As a matter of
have.
fact, we see something hanging down as a 2016 champion.
Yes.
New regime taking over.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody always has their opinions on the format change. In your mind, good or bad, things that you like about going to a one-day, or are you more of a fan of the longer format?
Personally, I'm more of a fan of the long format, although today is probably going to shoot that theory in the foot, because normally I'm not a fast start.
Right.
Normally I'm one that kind of has to get in, settle in, let the nerves, I need the 8 games, to be quite honest.
Right.
And that was what I was the most concerned about coming into this, was will I really be able to, I don't, at the stage of where I am in my game, I've obviously been doing this a number of years, more years than I want to say here on the air, but I'm blessed to continue to be able to do that, and I'm appreciative every chance I get.
Sure.
But I don't typically come out of the gate striking.
Right.
I'm going to leave some 10 pins, probably going to miss one, and it's just hard to get, sometimes for me, to get the right angle, the right finish, the right ball, the right combination, and I'm really surprised that it worked in my favor today, because that's really what I was concerned with.
Right. Well, then, again, we always talk about it's, in this situation, it's a little more of a sprint than a marathon.
Exactly, and I'm more your marathon girl.
I'm a grinder myself, but again, it's still the marquee championship for the ladies here in the state.
And I was so excited. I don't know if you guys could hear me let out a woohoo down there. And it wasn't about, me being announced as the squad leader. It was about the fact that we got to the 70 entries so that we could take the 16. We could take 4 more girls into this. That excited me more than anything else.
Well, you have to think that the change and the promotion and the state getting behind it has helped entries, because we've actually increased it by about 40 or about 50% almost.
Right.
So that's exciting for you too as well, to see more ladies come out and be a part of the Queens.
And I think those of us that have bowled it for years weren't really sure whether that would help or hurt, but I'm glad that it did. I'm so thankful.
Well, now you just have to grind away at the match play portion, right?
Yep.
And so again, how great would it be to add another banner up there?
Oh, so exciting! That would I'm speechless as it is. That would just make my day, my year, so I've had a pretty good year as it is. Or actually pretty good career. I have been elected into the State Hall of Fame and the Indianapolis Hall of Fame, so I can't complain. I really can't. Everything that I add to that is just
icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake. I've been very blessed in my bowling, with the people that I've met, with the places I've been able to see and things I've been able to do. So you're not going to get any complaints here.
Right. Well, we're excited to be able to broadcast the Queens for the first time ever.
And we're excited to have you.
Yeah. So great bowling.
That's why I said I was glad I had it down there, because I don't know.
Well, there's no pressure with us.
I might have thrown it in the gutter down here.
But again, congratulations, great bowling,
Thank
and
you.
Good luck with match play.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Kimberly Woodall, your #1 qualifier here, shooting a score of 979 for 4 games here. She's the #1 bowler so far here, going into match play for the 2019 Indiana State Queens Championship. We'll be back for more with the 2 p.m. squad. We'll be back on the air about 1:45. But again, Craig, congratulations, Kimberly, and
Thank you.
we'll be back for some more action here from Championship Lanes in Anderson, Indiana.
Can't wait.